Actually, that's spot on.
It is spot on.
All the competition that try to compete.
Everything is spot on.
Hello and welcome to Cloud9 Analytics. It is the Holy One himself with the highest quality commentary, highest quality analysis, with the highest quality product. But just refuse to let me put the highest quality on YouTube. So we're gonna worry about that later. But what we're gonna worry about now, a blockbuster trade in the NFL. Carson Wentz has a new destination. He is going to the Indianapolis Colts to replace a retiring Phillip Rivers. Carson Wentz has a new home, getting reunited with his offensive coordinator, Frank Reich, with the best offensive line in the league. But they do have some questions at the skill position. Running game is solid and strong, but will they re-sign T.Y. Hilton? Will they add anybody else? I imagine that they will, but what I want to talk about is the fact that Carson Wentz got given away for a napkin, 2 packs of cigars, and a $25 bag of chips. It was hilarious. A 3rd-round pick in a conditional second that can turn into a 1st-round pick if Carson Wentz plays over 75% of the snaps. But that is a future pick. That is not a pick in this year's draft. It lets you know how the narrative can change, how they think about you one day and they will think about you another day, and how mentality is just as important as skill. The intangibles are just as important as the tangibles, because if we're speaking on tangibles, Carson Wentz is prototypical. He's big arm, he's mobile, and he can make any of the throws in any inclement weather. But he's already showed he's sensitive. He's already showed he's not willing to compete. As soon as they made the decision to go to Jalen Hurts, he was ready to leave the team. He didn't think to play better. He didn't think to go harder. He didn't think to go stronger. He was ready to leave. He was ready to tuck his tail and run and get out of Philadelphia. Doug Peterson lost his job as well. I do not believe that Jalen Hurts has the tools and the skills to lead the Eagles to the promised land. I feel like the Eagles are in full rebuild mode now. And I feel like the Indianapolis Colts, if they can get the best out of Carson Wentz, have made a great decision. And if they can't, well, they really only gave up a 3rd-round pick. But you do have to take on his money. So that's the only unfortunate part about it. But I do want to talk about the rest of the league and the new quarterback carousel that is now in flux. Quarterbacks are voicing their opinions. Teams are willing to make trades more than they ever have. You have to thank the GOAT Tom Brady. You have to thank the GOAT Tom Brady. When you see somebody do something and you feel like you have the tools and the means to do the same thing, now the floodgates open. When LeBron James made the decision to take his talents to South Beach and go to Miami, it opened the floodgates for players deciding, well, I don't have to stay on a team my whole career just because they're losing. So once LeBron opened the floodgates, it changed the entire NBA. I feel like Tom Brady leaving the Patriots and going to Tampa Bay may have changed trading and free agency in the NFL forever. We're not going to see the full remnants of it now, but we're going to start to seeing it. The Matthew Staffords and the Carson Wentz are just the start. Quarterbacks are going to see their teams. They're going to see what they have around them. They're going to see what their organization is doing, and they're going to get up out of there. Deshaun Watson is not going to play another snap for Houston. He's going to be traded. That will be the third starting quarterback to get traded this offseason. It would be wild. It would be crazy. It's great for football. I love it. I love when players take their own power. I love when teams get the quarterback they want, and it's better play in the league, period. So be on the lookout. Continue, especially after free agency starts to raging on in the draft, before and after, especially as it gets closer to the season. Be on the lookout. I feel like more players, and not just players, quarterbacks, will be on the move. This will be the wildest free agency in NFL history. On to the NBA. A couple days ago, for when you see this, because yesterday for me recording it, but a couple days ago for when you see this, the Brooklyn Nets beat the Los Angeles Lakers in Staples. I believe it was 110-98. Kevin Durant did not play. James Harden, Kyrie Irving did play. LeBron James played. Anthony Davis was out with that calf injury. He's going to be out for 4 weeks. Dennis Schroeder was out on protocol. I believe it was COVID protocol. And Brooklyn looked amazing. Brooklyn, they're so unstoppable if their role players are hitting shots, because James Harden is going to be able to penetrate when he wants to, shoot the three when he wants to, drive when he wants to. Kyrie is going to be able to penetrate when he wants to, shoot the three when he wants to, drive and kick when he wants to. And if those role players are hitting shots, which they hit shots yesterday, the Brooklyn Nets are going to be ridiculously difficult to beat. Do I feel like that game would have been a lot closer with Dennis Schroeder and Anthony Davis? Yes. But do I also feel like they would have lost had Kevin Durant been able to play? Yes. The only team I believe that can derail the Brooklyn Nets from making it to the NBA Finals is my personal pick for the NBA champion, and that is the Philadelphia 76ers. I've hurt myself year after year after year picking Philly every single year just for in the playoffs them to hurt my feelings. But Joel Embiid's playing MVP basketball right now. He's on the block a little bit more. I feel like he could be on the block even more than he is. But he's on the block a little bit more. He's banging, he's rebounding, and he's scoring the basketball at a clip that nobody can stop. He's the best big man in the league, especially offensive, and it's not even close. But if Philadelphia cannot do it, there is not another team in the East that could beat Brooklyn in a 7-game series. And I do not know if there is a team in the West that can beat them in a 7-game series. Maybe the Nuggets, maybe the Lakers, but you have to have a healthy Nikola Jokic, and you have to have a healthy Anthony Davis. You have to have a big man to beat the Brooklyn Nets because they are small, and the buyout market and the free agent market is still in flux. So we do not know who Brooklyn's going to add. We do not know who Los Angeles is going to add. We know we've just been breaking that Los Angeles is they're looking at Mo Bamba from Orlando Magic. So we be on the lookout for that. It's still early in the season. We're still not even at the All-Star break yet. But the Brooklyn Nets look scary, especially on